voice of the beat. You know what I want? Blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's a beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we love. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
Good morning. Good morning. Sorry I'm late, you guys. Hold on. I'm so sorry I'm late. Good morning, y'all. Get in here and like the video, like the video, like the video. Good morning to everybody. Shout out to everybody in the building. If you're new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to talk about a lot of things that's going on right now. I'm not on camera because I look a mess and I'm about to take my braids out. So I'm really not going to probably be on camera for the next few days. But I'm never on camera for the morning jokes anyway. So it don't make it ain't, no big deal. Shout out to everybody in the building though. Y'all come in here, you guys. I want to talk about the grassroots versus the celebrities. Oh, you enjoy Educational Friday? Thank you. And shout out to the sister Mama Neen. We definitely will have Mama Neen back. If you guys haven't seen it, Mama Neen was on the channel for Friday. We'll have Topcast this Friday. But Mama Neen was talking about land patents versus land grants versus deeds, and how to do genealogy, and giving some tips and stuff like that, and how to basically go back and get the land that's owed to you. So shout out to Mama Neen. Love her down. It was a wonderful stream. I will be reaching out to her in the future so that she can come back. We love Mama Neen. Yes, ma'am. You guys like the video, like the video, like the video. So this morning, we're going to be talking about grassroots versus the celebrities. I don't know if you guys haven't caught this yet, but there's a clear divide. You have the haves and the have-nots of the Black community, and it's blatantly obvious. And we've already known that it existed, but we didn't know to which magnitude or to what magnitude that it existed. And now it is more clear than ever. You have people down at the bottom level, Tariq Nasheed, Dr. Umar, basically talking sense to us, saying, hey, y'all, we're not going to just go voting because our parents told us that they used to go voting just, because we're Democrats, voting blindly, voting for our own demise. We're not going to do that. What we're going to do is ask for something. We're going to ask for tangibles. And then you have these celebrities, boule, allegedly, but these celebrities who are the gatekeepers, the go-between, are supposed to be the go-between between us and them people down up at the top, but what we're realizing is what I've already told y'all. They are bought and paid for. They are puppets. They are doing whatever master told them to do to keep us down, okay? And that's all of them. D.L. Hughley, Ricky Smiley, Steve Harvey, Roland Martin, all of them. We're going to get into Jermaine Dupri. We're going to get into Plies. Plies, another one. I never thought the dude that sang Bust It Baby would be over here telling me how I should vote. And then ignorantly telling us we shouldn't be asking Scamala no questions. Why we can't ask Scamala no questions? Who is Scamala? Well, we can't ask her no questions. Another thing I want to get into is Dr. Umar. I'm on your side with this, but I got to call you out. Dr. Umar used my talking point, and it literally contradicts everything he speaks about as it pertains to the Pan-African movement. Dr. Umar says that we should get rid of the term people of color. Put a 1 in the chat if you've been hearing me saying that for weeks. Put a 1 in the chat if you've been hearing me saying that for weeks. And this is why it contradicts his entire movement, because according to Dr. Umar, we are all African, right? According to him, we are African. So in his terms, that would mean Scamala is one of us. So if scandalous people are benefiting from the term people of color, then why are you telling us to divest from the word people of color if we all the same? See what I'm saying? Dr. Umar, I know nobody will believe me if I said that you heard me say that, but I know you did. But you got to realize when you take my talking point, then you're agreeing that Black Americans are different from everybody else and we have our own individual plights. But we'll get into it. We'll get into it. And you got to understand, these people like Dr. Umar, sometimes Tariq Nasheed too, they go with the flow. Wherever the flow is where they go. Now let's get into Tariq Nasheed. I put out a video, Uncle Luke trying to come at Tariq Nasheed, and I'm standing behind Tariq 100% because he's right. Tariq is just like on some same Dr. Umar stuff, bro. We're not just about to just do anything. You know what I'm saying? Because you tell us we should. And then furthermore, Uncle Luke is a foreigner. Now, I got a lot of comments under that video because I guess you can't critique Tariq Nasheed. And the fact of the matter is, Uncle Luke and other tethers are saying, how can you tell us, right, that we shouldn't get a part of the pie and it's just Black America first when your wife is biracial, allegedly, and her mother is a clear woman, and the girl's father is of Haitian descent. Now, these are culpable. These are actual critiques that I don't blame them for failing like that. How you gonna be FBA, but you not sleeping and dealing FBA? He had a valid point. You see that, huh? They really was mad. This is the thing. 98% of the video was pro Tariq, but because I brought that up, oh, you feeding into propaganda. It ain't propaganda. Her mama a clear woman, ain't she? Okay. Now the Haitian father, that's up for debate, allegedly. But where the daddy at? Get him up here. These y'all, and that's the problem I have. These people feel like, oh, say all these nice things about Tariq, but don't say nothing negative. And if that's negative, then oh well. But when you become a leader of a movement, you cannot be talking about, oh, Black FBA, but you sleeping with the same people you dragging online. You can't do that. Now, I believe people who you want to be with. I don't care, but I'm speaking about in terms of being in charge of a movement, okay? So, another thing I want to clear up. People are saying Tariq Nasheed is not the leader of FBA. Let me say this. Tariq does not own Black Americans. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is he coined the term foundational Black Americans. The movement under the term that he coined, foundational Black American, Tariq owns it. It's his. I'm not saying the people are his. I'm saying Tariq Nasheed, according to legend has it, it was ADOS first. He was over there messing with the ADOS people. Then he came up with his own term, FBA, and they split, and the FBA been popping ever since. That's what I'm being told. I wasn't there, so I don't know. But this is the point. The movement, the term, the coin, not the people, but the movement Tariq Nasheed is the leader of. Not the people. So with that being said, he ain't the leader of FBA. I'm not saying you, duck goose. Listen, put your listening ears and your thinking caps on. I'm not saying he's in charge of Black Americans because I don't subscribe to FBA. Even though, per definition, I would fall into the category of FBA. That's not what I'm saying. What I was saying was the movement and the term that Tariq coined is his. And that's just that on that. Okay? But people just be wanting a reason to be mad. You know how I go. When you talking about Tariq and his wife, and yeah, we already know that, but you feeding the propaganda. No, duck goose. You don't. Now y'all the same people saying we should be able to question Kamala, but I can't question Tariq's old lady. Make it make sense. We about to go back and forth in the battle with Plies because Plies feel like we can't question Kamala. We should just go with the move. But then I can't turn around and ask Tariq, well, Tariq, is your wife of Haitian and clear descent? I can't say that. Come on, man. Myself included. None of us are beyond reproach. Let me say that again. Myself included. None of us are beyond reproach. Okay? That's it. Again, I don't agree with Tariq running my people in circles up to no doggone to DC for years and years and years, screaming about reparations. Ain't really making no impact, but the people think they are. So let it roll. But what I don't like about Tariq is I feel like he's running my people around in circles, and they don't know it because they like him. And he's a funny guy. He's a cool dude. I can see why people like him, but I feel like he's running y'all in circles. Y'all got the flag. Y'all coined the term for the nation. Somebody recently was telling them to go to the UN, and he ought to know, I ain't going to no UN. Why wouldn't you go to the UN? Why wouldn't you? Because there's no plan to actually, listen, once this reparations thing happens and it's over, then what else for Tariq? But we're going to get into it. You guys come in and like the video. Get up and like the video. It's like when Malcolm X questioned Elijah Muhammad about his baby mothers. Exactly. And that's the problem with leaders. That is the actual problem with leaders. Once they get into these positions, the people, not the leader, the people under them protect them so much, or they think they're protecting them, to where nobody can question them. Who are you? You a person just like me. Oh, this is another thing I want to bring up. Somebody said, oh, Black Americans don't feel no way about Elijah Muhammad. They don't think he pulled the trigger on Malcolm X. I never said he pulled the trigger. But Black Americans have always squinted their eyes and side-eyed him because we all knew that he was one of them people on the side of Elijah Muhammad who wanted him gone. It's documented. It's documented. But again, another one you can't question him. Oh, not the honorable Louis Farrakhan, the minister. Oh no, not the minister. You better not ever question. I don't give a damn about no minister. He could be questioned too. It is documented that Farrakhan wanted him out of here too. So even if you like and love the minister, I ain't have no problem with that. But I called it out on what it was. And listen, let me tell you something. People in the South don't revere Muhammad. Not Muhammad. Yeah, him too. But people in the South, they Christians. They don't revere Farrakhan and Muhammad like the people up in New York and Philly and all. You know, where it was Grassroots, Jersey. And y'all were Muslims. We were down at the church house with no AC and our fans rocking back and forth singing old Negro spirituals. We don't look at him the way y'all look at him in the South. We don't look at him the way that that y'all do in up north. Our doctrines are completely different. So that's y'all people. That ain't ours. The real Philly said, I do agree with you when it comes down to Tariq. However, I don't care what he's talking about. I do feel like Black people are deserving of reparations. You're right. And listen, let me make this clear too. I believe Black people deserve reparations as well. We are owed this land. This entire land that we walk on belongs to us. I don't have a problem with Tariq going to get the reparations. I just feel like my only critique for Tariq is I feel like Tariq got my people online running in circles with no actual real plan. He got y'all marching, giving all that money down to DC. How many people y'all sat down with and came up with something? So I feel like, we all deserve reparations, but I want my people to wake up to see that it's more than just a check from slavery. Because newsflash, if you do your genealogy, you know what you were going to figure out? Maybe, just maybe, your parents and your people weren't slaves. What about that? So then now you knocked out of the reparations movement. What if you do your genealogy? Because listen, you can't just say because I'm a Black American and go up there and expect to get a check. That don't go like that. They want to see who was your people and where were they enslaved. So what if you do your genealogy and you get up there and find out none of your people were slaves? Now you ain't getting no reparations. So my thing is, we need a check. We need our land. Y'all ran us off out of Rosewood. Y'all ran us off out of Oscarville, which is now Lake Lanier. Y'all ran us up out of the Black Wall Street. Y'all ran all them great migrations. Y'all stole our land. Y'all took our monies out that Freedmen's Bank. Yeah, it's so much we're owed. It's not just about slavery. That's my thing. And we want it all. We don't just want the check from slavery, because some of us, hell, maybe half to a lot of us, ain't gonna get no slavery check. Y'all let the movies tell y'all what slavery was about. The movies are embellishing. If you do your genealogy, a lot of us gonna realize that a lot of our people weren't slaves. Now what? Now you out of reparations. You're done. But you're not done, because they taking land from your people. They taking money from your people. They taking lives of your people. All that Henrietta Lacks, all that giving your ancestors hysterectomies without them knowing. That's a check. There's so many checks you deserve. I feel like the whole slavery narrative is I feel like it's a cop-out. And I feel like it's the lowest brow of them all. Girl, there's so much them people owe you. There is so much, and I want everybody that's hearing this. Yes, we deserve reparations for slavery, but there's so much more than people owe you. So, like, the slavery ain't even a pinch of what them folks owe you. So I'm here for the reparations, but I understand that going that one route, a lot of us gonna get knocked out. Hell, we owe reparations from when Abe Lincoln said he was gonna give us 40 acres in the mule, which 40 acres was a pinch compared to what we owned prior to it. But let's go with that. We ain't get our 40. Listen. We have been done wrong, even up till today. Don't they gentrify your neighborhoods? Don't today they gentrify your neighborhoods and move you up out of there? Reparations. Aren't they right now? Haven't they already raised your property taxes and raised your doggone your insurance? Aren't you being price gouged for rent and food? All of that. Aren't you disproportionately disenfranchised? Haven't you been denied for loans to open businesses while the illegal immigrants come on over here with no credit, no nothing, and with $50,000 in the bank to buy food trucks? Isn't that happening directly to you right now? Haven't they closed down your schools? Haven't they medicated your children? Heavily medicated them. Haven't you been paid less than the clear people you work next to? Reparations is way bigger than slavery. Slavery, in my opinion, that is that's a cop-out. I'm sorry. We got so much them people owe us for. Bombing our schools, bombing our churches, unaliving our people, hanging them from trees. Have y'all forgot about all of this? Come on, man. Reparations is way bigger than some slavery stuff, because I'm telling you, once y'all start getting into that paperwork, y'all gonna realize a lot of your people weren't slaves. Actually, they were pretty successful. Now what you gonna do about your reparations? Now what you gonna do? What are you gonna do about your reparations? Now, when you find out some of y'all people were literally not slaves, they actually own stuff, what you gonna do? It's bigger than slavery. That's all I'm saying. That's my only critique. It's way bigger than slavery. And you know what's crazy? You have a better chance going to the government right now getting the land back that they stole from you than that damn reparations behind the slavery. Ain't nobody got no genealogy going up there asking about no doggone reparations. That's another one. Tuskegee experiment. The veterans. Remember, we were supposed to get the doggone. Listen, All of us got family that done served in some type of military capacity. Remember they were supposed to give us the doggone the GI Bill, and we didn't get it. Hell, I got a great cousin who died fighting for his GI Bill and still didn't get it. Y'all can get reparations hand over fist. Don't be narrow-minded and just talk about slavery. Slavery is only one component of your reparations. And the thing about it is, everybody not gonna get it. Do that genealogy. You're gonna see millions upon millions of dollars that you owed. Not just from watching Roots and them telling you they had you in chains and was whipping your daddy in the bike. Everybody didn't have that experience. Listen, black people didn't only reside in the South. They resided up north. They resided on the west side, on the West Coast, I'm sorry. And they were successful people, business owners. Why you think that it was a big old issue when the clear people, why you think they formed the KKK? If you was nothing but slaves and made nothing, why was the KKK used to burn down all them towns and hang these Negroes? What would they be mad for? We broke and poor. We weren't broke and poor. Why do you think Black Wall Street existed? Oscarville existed. What's that other place I just learned about? Seneca Valley. Why you think no, it's another one. I just learned about one up in Athens, Georgia, where Georgia College is. That was a successful black community. They ran them people up out of there, and the ones who didn't leave, they unalived them and built the school on top of them, and then told them Negroes can't come there. Come on, man. Y'all better wake up. It ain't about no slavery. That's my problem with Reek. Yeah, you want to know? I feel like Tariq running my people in a circle. He ain't running them in the burning bush, but he damn sure running them in a circle. Man, look, y'all got to be strong. And this the thing, I'm sorry. Kefala, is that how you say your name? I'm sorry. She says, exactly. Why would they bomb our towns? Exactly. If we were just poor, nothing Negroes, why would they bomb in our towns? Why? Yup, flooding them too. Yes, ma'am, flooding them too. Flooding them too. Why? Why would they do that to us? If we were just so poor and destitute and broke? Think about it. Ask yourself these questions. Ask yourself these questions, because I too was under that slavery spell. Oh, we were all slaves. No, we were not. You know how much money you had to own a slave? They used the military to come in and take out Black Wall Street. They used fighter jets. They dropped bombs on our people. What are we talking about? Slavery? You talking about that Kunta Kinte? You talking about that? Even though Alex Haley already came out and said how much of it's fiction? Well, all of it's fiction. Come on, man. Do I need to play it? I thought you were going to ask me how much of it's fiction. Well, all of it's fiction. How was I supposed to know what was going on? That's what he said. That's what he said. Look.
Well, black people are Native Americans. You know, we've had, a lot of proof that, some of us started here in this land. Everybody wasn't brought over from Africa.
What are they doing here? They're Indians.
This is one of my many unsuccessful experiments. You see, with Indians, there's absolutely nothing to be done. There's the same difference between a Negro and an Indian as there is between a dog and a coyote. You can put a dog on a leash, beat him, and he'll always be there to lick your feet. Take away a coyote's liberty, and you've cut off his heir. An Indian will never be a slave. No one has ever been able to make them reproduce in captivity. They do not eat, they do not talk, they do not sleep, they do not make love.
There are several things that are significant about it. Of course, one of them is the way that colonialism tries to develop all kinds of elaborate classification terms for different kinds of people, but that's another subject. The most significant thing here is to reveal the much greater amounts of Native American ancestry that are present within the African American population than most people realize, because they might have been misled by the use of terms like mulatto and also people of color.
after the African LeVar Burton had been told that his name was to be Toby, and he refused it, and he was beaten to make him say his name was Toby.
How was the dramatization? How much of that actually was recounted to you? I mean, was there a lot of interweaving?
A lot of it, I thought maybe you were going to ask, and maybe you are in another way, is how much of the book is fact and how much is fiction. Well, a whole lot of it's fiction. Well, a whole lot of it's fiction. Well, a whole lot of it's fiction.
Now, this is just a tiny bit of information now.
But they take it as huge.
Right, because it's cracking open the door.
There's a place in Africa you could say that I'm from. A tribe? I am thrilled. It puts a name, a place, a location, a people.
Hank really is concerned that the science isn't really there yet for you to be giving them the name of a tribe.
I think for most companies, I would be concerned too.
But what about your own company?
We have
he
the
didn't
largest...
exclude you. He included you.
But we have the largest set of sequences from Africa. And so with that, we're able to provide some level of probability in terms of frequency.
But he would say that even though you have the largest database, it's still small on the scope of things.
As I said, I share those concerns. We don't oversell. I mean, we just say, look, we provide a service. If you're interested in exploring a tiny bit of your DNA and trace its ancestry, we can do that.
When you say it's a tiny little amount,
it's less than 0.1%. Less than 0.1%. Less than 0.1%.
And that's pretty teeny.
Yeah, but for people who know nothing about any of them, I think it's very important.
You do not know a goddamn thing about Africa. I am from Detroit, Motown. So you can watch Tootsie your monkey ass back to Africa if you want to.
Did you catch that? Alex Haley said, you want to know, I guess you're going to ask me how much of the book is fact and how much of the book is fiction. Well, a whole lot of it's fiction. And then you got the dude who runs the DNA test that y'all running around here waving around in y'all hand, said that it's less than 0.1% accurate. Less than, not 0.1, less than 1.1% accurate, I'm sorry. And you got these fools running around here talking about Pan-Africa. Ain't no Pan-Africanism. Ain't no people of color. Ain't no diversity. Ain't no DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Ain't no minority. Ain't no none of that. As long as they keep you thinking you come off a plantation and was beat, you're going to be stuck on that plantation. Y'all better wake your ass up. It's so much that that them people owe you, and y'all running around here talking about, well, we were slaves. What you gonna do when you find out your people wasn't no slaves? But they took everything that you have still to this day, unaliving our women down at the doggone hospitals. Maternal mortality rate is through the doggone roof. Our babies are being pushed with poison, vaccines, told them they ODD, ADHD, DDDs, all the DDs, messing up your children, sterilizing them. And y'all gonna get on here and tell me that I can't critique the fact that Tariq keep bringing y'all up to the doggone, to the Washington, D.C. and y'all still ain't talk to nobody? Stop it. Stop it. He could be critiqued too. Now again, as it pertains to this whole thing with FBA versus everybody, I'm standing behind him because when he right, he right. I don't like Dr. Umar telling us we all Pan-Africanism or Pan-Africanists. But when it comes down to him saying that we need to demand something for our vote, or when it comes down to him talking about how they poisoning your kids through psychology and all that BS, I'm standing behind him 100%. But there are things that I like and things that I don't like, and I should be able to say it. If Scamala can be questioned, so can they. Just like me, I can be questioned. Nobody is beyond reproach. Nobody. Only thing I'm trying to get my people to do is open your horizons, expand your horizons. You can do your genealogy right now. It'll take you some time. And then you can go find them land patents, not deeds. Because see, when you own a deed, you still got to pay taxes. You don't ever own it. your land patent. A land patent means it's yours. You don't pay nobody for it because it's yours. No taxes, no nothing. You can go do your genealogy, find your people land patents, and go up to your local government or to your wherever you got to go and tell them folks run you back your land. You want work? You want network? You want money? You want resources? Go get your land back, duck, duck, goose. Now, let's get into today's show. Okay. Now, the name of this stream is The Celebrities versus the Grassroots. These Negroes that y'all love because they can sing, clap, and do all of that BS, right? They are literally running you astray. I got some super chats. Let me get into it. Hold on. Thank you, Beautiful Ink, for the super chat. Boo, did you see how Roland Martin was trying to tell Jermaine Dupri that he should have contacted him before he posted about contacting Scamala? I was looking for the video, but I heard about it. And we're going to get into Jermaine Dupri too. I heard about it. If somebody got that video, send it to me. Or wherever he said he should have contacted him first. Somebody send it to me because we're going to get into that fat, funky bastard. Damn foreigner. And that's another thing. I can't stand a foreigner leading a whole bunch of Negroes telling them what we supposed to be doing. What you mean? Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, Nikki, for the super chat. Thank you for all you do, Vu. Love you. Love you more. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. It's Bree to you. Hearing Educational Friday. I want my land. I have my puzzle pieces now. Thank you, Vu. Oh, you're welcome. Yay. Yay. Yo, I just found out the definition of a tether when I did that video, and it's pretty accurate. You know what I mean? Now we starting with this doggone. Let's get Jermaine Dupri up here first, since he was the last one we talked about. I mean, yeah, let's get Jermaine. So this is what happened. Jermaine Dupri did a live, and he was talking about how he literally was talking to Scamala and asked Scamala a valid question. He said, "Well, Scamala," he said, "if you're planning to do all these things you telling us you planning to do, why is it that you haven't done it while you in the White House?" Scamala tells him, "Well, my hands was tied." No, they wasn't, bitch, because Crime Bill Joe Biden, he had already said that Scamala has full authority to speak and do on his behalf because he trusts her. That's what he said. Now all of a sudden, oh, my hands were tied, I couldn't do nothing. Stop it. Stop it. So we're going to get into Jermaine Dupri. Let's get into it. And the people was mad at Jermaine Dupri because Jermaine Dupri was literally saying, this don't make no sense. You planning to do all this stuff, but you in there now. Why haven't you done it? Valid questions, yes. Let's get into it.
Out here getting these 5 miles in, as you see me do every day. Real quick, I want to talk about the DNC. I feel like the DNC has been going amazing, but I also feel like tonight, Kamala Harris has a pretty difficult job, right? And it's interesting because the Republican correspondent that's been doing the roundup after the DNC has ended, he asked the question that I kind of asked Kamala when we had our second meeting. You know, if, you know, the fact that she's in office right now, she's in the White House right now. And the guy, he said, what makes y'all believe that she's gonna get this stuff done? Yo, out here get stuff done if she becomes president and she's already in the House. And it's a tricky question because I asked Kamala basically the same thing, right? In so many words. And I asked her, like, as the vice president, why they don't let her talk when, you know, Biden seems like he needed someone to speak up for him. I thought that's what the role of the vice president was to help the president. And basically, she kind of let me know that her hands was tied, that they didn't really allow her to be a voice like that in that space. And tonight, stuff done. And tonight, I don't know if she's gonna, I want to see how if she even touches on this, because if she doesn't touch on it, that's the question that I feel like the people that have mixed decisions about voting for her, this is one of the questions. This is the top question that they had. And like I said, this is what the Republicans are saying. And they never heard the part about her hands being tied. And if she says something about her hands being tied, then it makes it look like the White House or the Democratic Party didn't really want her to exceed. So she can't really say her hands was tied, but she does have to step into that space. This is something I do believe. And
so that's literally what Jermaine Dupri had to say.
Tonight, I don't know if she's...
Let me tell y'all something. Why is that a bad thing? Why is it a bad thing for him to say, well, hey, girl, you saying a whole lot of stuff, but you couldn't do it while you here. And then on top of that, your hands is tied. And I'm sorry, I'm looking at something else. And on top of that, you saying your hands was tied and they don't allow you to speak. That's not true. That is not true. Joe Biden has already made it clear that Kamala is his mouthpiece. He said Kamala I'm trying to find a video that she can speak for him. If I could find, I seen it on Kwame Brown one time. Let me see if I can find it. He said it. It was during that Rona. He said, I trust her enough. She's been very, very active and very, very she's very well capable of handling any type of situation. He said she can speak for me. So what do you mean her hands not tied? Mind you, we having issues with the illegal immigrants, right? That they want to call migrants. Who's in charge of the border? Who's in charge of the border? I'll wait. Who's the border czar? Who's the border czar? Don't tell me that. And you got Negroes in the comments on there talking about, you don't understand her role as the vice president. Well, nigga, if she don't have no doggone no pull, let's say she don't have no pull to do some of the other things. She's the border czar. Why she ain't fixed the border? Why when she came in, the whole border was wide open like a heifer's legs on a Friday night after 12 drinks? She's in charge of the border, right? Full control. Don't give me that. They move the goalposts every time because how dare we question Scamala? How dare you Negroes want tangibles? How dare you Negroes feel like you are owed something? Yes, she can give the Asians a Stop Asian Hate bill, even though they blamed it on Negroes and it was one clear man who went down there to go get a happy ending and felt some type of way. Oh yeah, y'all forgot about that? I remember this white man I worked with. He told me his wife was Asian and she coming over from I forgot what part of Japan. This fool looked at me and told me, I'm scared for my wife. I said, why? Because I'm seeing all this Asian hate. And I don't want anything to happen to my wife. You know what I told him? I said, well, you know what? If you want to, I said, first of all, ain't not going to happen to your wife. That was a one-off, but they planned it like that. But let's go with the move. If you want to protect your wife, protect her from men that look like you, because them was the ones out there over there at that happy ending place. That fool looked at me like I had two heads. Oh, yeah, because remember they blamed it on Negroes? Remember they made it seem like black people was out here just beating up on Asians? Girl, we don't mess with no Asians. Only time we even interact with them is when we go into the store. Girl, we don't deal with them people. We ain't never had no issues with them people. Well, we did in California when that lady unalived that black girl. That was right before the OJ thing. But we, as a collective, we don't be messing with them people unless we going down to the store. And they know that. But they put your face on the Stop Asian Hate bill, even though it was some clear men who was feeling some type of way about a happy ending. Oh, yeah, they was selling coochie out the doggone place. They ain't tell y'all that, though. Girl. But she's the border czar, but she can't do nothing. Well, then the biggest problem Black Americans are having in our communities is these damn migrants. Do I need to show y'all again? The biggest problem we have right now in the Black community is these migrants. They're taking all our resources and they're getting $15,000 a month for food stamps and $5,000 a month for cash. And it's just maybe a coincidence that just maybe it's just a coincidence, but all my bills and everything I got done went up and they get money. She could have definitely helped the border crisis. And like she said, I'm not going to do anything that's only going to benefit Black people. No. Let's be clear. Let's really be clear about that. Well, Scamala, if you would have handled your business down at the border, guess what? It falls right in line with what you said. Because it ain't just Black people affected. We just affected the most. Clear people affected. Everybody affected. So go ahead on and shut down the border, fat. You want people to vote for you? Fix the border and get these illegal immigrants that you call migrants, get them up out of here. Get them up out of here and run us back our money that you giving them while you paying them to have babies and paying us to unalive ours so they can do god-awful things with the remains. But that's a whole other stream. See, y'all think it's just about population control and all of that. You have no idea what them people do with them remains behind the scenes. Y'all ain't ready for that. That's a whole nother stream and a whole nother conversation on a whole nother platform. Do you hear me? Y'all think it's just about you not having your baby? Girl, that rabbit hole goes so deep it'll give you nightmares. But I don't blame Jermaine Dupri. He did what he had to do. Now, they say Roland had to say something and say he should have came and talked to him. Roland, who is you funky bastard? Who the hell is Roland? But you know what? Jermaine Dupri is a celebrity. He got to go with them people. He a puppet. How dare you have your own mind, Jermaine Dupri? How dare you? Y'all like the video. You guys like the video. Jermaine Dupri, we don't pay you. We didn't give you a long career for you to have your own mind, Negro, you little nigga. Roland, go get that nigga. That's what they did. They caught Roland. I thought you had these Negroes in line. Go get that nigga. And look at Roland. Oh, Jermaine Dupri should have met with me before he came off and said something. Because I would have told him, you can't go out there and say nothing that's crazy like that, like having a question. You're not supposed to have no question. You know how it go. We don't get to ask no questions. Why would you go out there and say that? That's what it was about. But Jermaine Dupri, you signed up for that. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Right. All he did was ask a valid question. But you can't do that in today's society. Speaking of, let's go get Plies, bitch ass, hoe ass nigga. Let's go get him. Let's go get him. So Plies feels like you Negroes don't get to ask Scamala no questions. And this how they do it to make it seem like, look, this how they do it to make it seem like to gaslight you. Y'all don't ask them clear people about what they gonna do. Nigga, we have asked. But the most of us ain't over there by the clear people. They over there playing with doggone with them Democrats on that plantation. Let's get Plies on here. Fake ass nigga. I used to think he was a real nigga, but I'm gonna show y'all something else too. Let's get Plies. I would never listen to no nigga named Plies that made a song that say "Bussy Baby."
Say something to you. Or explain this real quick. But to everybody who, especially the ones who look like me, and the men who look like me, who quit If Kamala want my vote, she need to explain herself to me what she gonna do for the black people. Listen, stop asking the motherfucking black woman to explain themselves to you or explain themselves to y'all.
See, let me pause him right quick. Then when we continuously point out that she not black, them same motherfuckers, well, why does it matter? Y'all always trying to talk about the race. You motherfuckers is running around here trying to convince us that she's something that she's not. We've already clocked that T. She's not a black woman. She's an Indian. She ain't one of us. She don't share our genetics, our bloodline, our ancestry, our lineage. She don't share nothing with us, but they gonna continue to push black woman, black woman, black. What? Pay attention when you listen to them. They always talk about black women, and black women, y'all fall for a lock, stock, and barrel because you don't understand that skin color does not make you a black woman. You give away your identity every single day to anybody with a hint or who tell you they might have a hint of Negro blood in them. You give away your identity, then you wonder why you looking crazy. Don't come at me telling me y'all always talking about she not black. Y'all making it about race. When she ain't. You stop telling me she black, and then we won't have this problem. Black women, stop thinking just because they got melanin they black, because they're using your struggle, the things that you've gone through, to put on this lady, so you want to protect her. But the fact of the matter is, you didn't grow up the same. You didn't have the same struggles. With her Indian mammy, she didn't have the struggles like you did. She don't know nothing about Planned Parenthood injecting you with all these type of things at 13, 14, 15, 16. You now suffering, having high rates of breast cancer. You now having issues with ovarian cancer, thyroids. Black women got so many thyroids. And listen, I've never seen it. I've never seen as many black women suffer from the same thing. Damn near all of us running around with thyroids and cysts. Scamala didn't go through that. That wasn't her struggle. And you letting these folk get on here and tell you that, oh, because she's a black woman. No, that's a lot that comes along with saying you a black woman. She didn't go through a welfare system. She didn't go through poverty, Section 8, living in the hood, impregnated at younger ages. Unfortunately, family members touching and unaliving because of the lack of resources for mental health in situations where a lot of them should have been in prison. She didn't go through your struggle. But just because she got a little melanin on and told y'all she gonna wash some greens down in the bathtub, you bitches is running around. She is a black woman, and black women, we are. That's what it is. These black men, they just hate us. Girl, this ain't about you and no nigga. This about that clear woman that says she clear on paper and running around here telling you she a nigga. She ain't no nigga. She ain't. We got our own issues with our people. Don't let that lady come in the middle of that cosplaying and get in your head. She ain't you and you ain't her. Melanin don't make y'all the same. All this damn thyroids and cancer. I'm running around here seeing 20-something-year-olds being diagnosed with fucking breast cancer. And you gonna tell me she's a black woman? Because she get on there and say stuff like, you're right, Taraji. They're not like us. Girl, you done lost your rabbit ass mind. You done lost your mind. That's a black woman. Black woman to black my ass. Ain't no goddamn black woman. She's an Indian on in skin and a clear woman on paper. Just like her mom. Give a damn about no goddamn girl. Y'all don't make me mad.
If y'all ain't willing to ask a motherfucking white man, this motherfucker can explain himself. Y'all cool with the white man not explaining his motherfucking self to you. Oh, the motherfucking black, she need to explain herself to me what she gonna do for the black community. She want my vote. She need to explain herself. You ain't motherfucking asking the white man to explain his motherfucking self. You too motherfucking scared to ask him. Motherfucking somebody need to explain something to y'all. Well, she been in the office already 3.5 years. Why she ain't do all the things she said she was gonna do? Cause she ain't the motherfucking president. That's why. When you go to the motherfucking McDonald's, that lady that's the motherfucking manager, she don't get to do what the fuck she want to do. She might can give you some motherfucking fries, but that's about it. Some free motherfucking fries. That's about.
He talking about she can't change nothing. She can only give us some fries. Well, nigga, Where's my fries? I want them fresh and hot out the grease. The bitch ain't even give us fries. What you mean? She can't do nothing. She don't own the stove. She can give you some fries. Well, nigga, I want my fries hot and fresh out the grease. Salt me, please. Yeah. If she can give us fries, why we still ain't got our fries then, Plies? I still ain't got my fries. And I need them hot out the grease. Fresh. Run that salt over the top of them and shake them up a little bit. Then put them in the box. I want them. Where they at? Girl. These your sellouts. Hey, pay attention. We need to start drawing a line in the sand with these people. Because see, I know niggas. They gonna go through this whole thing and see all this awakening. And then the nigga gonna put out a fire song and y'all gonna be back. Even though he done played in your face. Girl.
That's about all she can motherfucking do. But she can't change the price of that motherfucking quarter pound up there. Or that motherfucking Big Mike. That ain't that motherfucking Lady White House. She just like the motherfucking man. You motherfucking fall in line. Now, if you can get some motherfucking free fries out every now and again, you get some motherfucking free fries out. But y'all motherfucking know this. Most of y'all. But y'all just want something to motherfucking say. Now, if she was the motherfucking president and didn't do something, then that's a whole different motherfucking ball game. And the same motherfucker who the motherfucking black woman need to explain this. Y'all the same motherfucker when Barack was running. He wasn't motherfucking black enough for you neither. And a lot of y'all, I done figured out what y'all getting confused. Y'all don't even want motherfucking black. Y'all want ignorant. That's what you motherfucking want. A lot of y'all think ignorant mean black. And that's why some of you motherfuckers like Trump, because he motherfucking ignorant. But I'm here to motherfucking tell you, everybody black ain't motherfucking ignorant. And everybody white ain't motherfucking smart. So put that in your motherfucking pipe and motherfucking smoke it.
Nigga, I wish one of your veneers fall out. I wish one day you go live and you get on here talking that stupid shit. And I wished a whole row of them fucking veneers fall out your mouth, you raggedy mouth bitch. Let me tell you something about Plies. See, Plies, this what happened. Remember when the campaign first started? Listen, y'all remember when the campaign first started? When they were trying to say black men for Trump? Remember they had the Zoom call that none of us seen? They just put out little clips online and that Negro was up there crying. Remember that? They were trying to make it seem like it was so many. They had the black women for Trump. Remember they said, for Scammer. Remember they said they had raised millions of dollars overnight. None of us seen. Then they turned around and said black men for Trump, led by rolling meatball, no neck, fat, funky, hair on the bike of his neck and his ass, Martin. And remember Martin was trying to do the black men for Trump and they put 3-4 Negroes up there to cry. Then they realized black men ain't for all Scammer. I don't know if I said Trump, but I meant Scammer. Black men ain't for Scammer. Now what they doing is, let's divide and conquer these niggas. Because see, this is what we know. Listen, and don't take no offense, but I'm telling you how they thinking. This is what they know. They know that when it comes to black men versus black women, the stronger group are the black women. These are the facts. I'm not saying that black men aren't strong. I'm saying as a collective, when it comes to the black men versus the black women, who's more dependable? Who's more, if I get them on my team, it's going to be harder for you to pry them away from me? The black woman. So they're now targeting black men through the black woman because we have our issues. We know that. Everybody in every community have their issues. But now they're going to get the black women to say, see, yup, you're right. They just don't like black women. And you're going off of your experience, now realizing you're being played. You're being played. Because she's not a black woman. So why is she even in a conversation about black women? She's not a black woman. She's not a black woman. But they're using, as they always do, using your pain, your plight, everything that you've ever gone through for their benefit. And these other foreigners who've been cosplaying in our face all these years, they are getting a paid check. Some of the Negroes too, they getting a check. All the pain and suffering you went through, all the things that your grandparents, great-grandparents, your ancestors fought for. Everybody gets the benefit except you. It's happening again. Because now they're going to cosplay Scamala as a doggone a black woman off of your pain, black woman. Off of your pain, off of the stuff you went through. And tell you that's a black woman. And guess what? She already said she ain't doing nothing for you. Guess who's gonna reap the benefit of your pain? Again. Everybody but you. Y'all got to wake up. Y'all got to wake up. And stop listening to these damn celebrities. Y'all better learn to like their music, their art, their talent, and separate them from the person. That's the problem. See, I told y'all think celebrities' jobs are whatever they are good at. Like if they're athlete, you think that's their job. If you think they're a comedian, that's their job. No, duck, goose. They are puppets for the government. That's why they have long careers or they don't. The ones who don't go with the move, they either unalive them or they kick them out. Now they got them over there telling y'all what to do, and you looking at these niggas like, but it's blatant and obvious in our face. What do you mean I shouldn't question her? What do you mean I shouldn't say nothing? It's right in our face, and they telling you shut your eyes and shut your mouth, nigga. These celebrities literally looking at these politicians saying, tell them about the gun line, boss. And the politicians and these other main celebrities is telling your ass about the gun line. You step over that line, you will be shot. You so much as stick your Johnson over that line, you will be shot. And look at the celebrities like Roland Martin and Plies. Yeah, because I'm worse than boss. I'm worse than boss. Get in line. Get in line. I'm worse than the boss. You shut your fat ass in your mouth, boy. That's what they saying. That's what the celebrity's saying. You shut your fat ass in your mouth, boy. So look, Charlotte McGee had something to say. Now, this is my problem with Charlotte McGee. You don't know what you want to do. You so all over the place. It's ridiculous. Charlotte McGee now done came out and said Plies was wrong. Let's get into Charlotte McGee's response. I can't play the video and the audio.
If people are asking questions, that's great. I don't even know why Plies is making this a black woman versus black man thing. This isn't about black men and black women. It's about elected officials and potential voters. The whole point of campaign season is for candidates to go out there and explain to the American people why they should be the one in charge of this country. Votes are earned, not given. And they are earned through you going out there and explaining yourself. Vice President Kamala Harris has to go out there and explain her agenda and why she's the person for the job. Former President Donald Trump has to go out there and explain his agenda and why he should be the person to get his job again, or get the job again. I don't understand Plies or any black person for that matter telling black people to just settle. Just accept whatever the candidate is giving you. Don't ask any questions.
Yeah, but
just
they've been
vote.
doing it.
They don't have to explain
long,
anything to us.
They've been doing it for a long time. Even with Biden, when we ask questions to Biden, well, it's the best of two evils. You know what I mean? You got to pick one. But no, if you have questions, people should be able to ask. That's the point of a politician, right? They're supposed to represent us, represent our district, represent our country. Shouldn't we ask?
And by the way, they should be explaining without us asking. Mm-hmm. That's the whole point of them doing these press conferences and these meetings. Yeah. The same way these politicians have meetings for their donors and they have rallies and press conferences explaining themselves and their agendas to certain groups, they should have to explain themselves to black people the same way. Plies is 1,000,000,000% wrong.
I think my problem with Charlotte McGee, even though I agree with everything he just said, my problem with Charlotte McGee is Charlotte McGee, you're saying we should question her. You're saying we should do this, but you also saying we should just vote for her as well. Not only that, when she come up to the Breakfast Club, see DJ Envy hire your ass over there talking, because we be trying to ask questions, nigga. Well, they must edit that out. They must edit that. If y'all are trying to ask her the real questions, they must edit that out before we see it, because that's not what we seeing on this side. You can't tell me we got to just vote for Scamala and then turn around and try. They double dutching. They double dutching. That's what they're doing. They're double dutching. That's the only issue I have with Charlotte McGay, because he's saying that now. Catch him on the next video. He gonna be hollering, well, we gotta get Scammer because we don't want to get Trump, so we gotta just get Scammer in. Let's move on. I want to show Exhibit A why Plies is a bitch. Okay, so according to Jamie Foxx, y'all know Jamie Foxx tell the best stories now. Y'all know it. Jamie Foxx was talking about a situation with Plies years ago and how Plies ran scared like a bitch. Now, this ain't got nothing to do with his political stance, but I just wanted to show it. Because these rappers ain't who y'all think they are. I keep telling y'all. And he gonna get up here. This nigga been acting the whole time. Look.
Video, and he came, with the entertainment garb. I understand it. But you know what happened? 30 Plies. I didn't know anything about Plies. I only heard the good records. I'm on the set with Plies to do this video, and when I heard Plies talk to me, it blew my mind, because when I got on the phone, I was trying to get where he was. Yo, what's up, nigga? What we doing with this video, cuz? And he was like, first of all, I want to make sure that we have the particulars. I'm not kidding. Right. And then we get on the video, we're shooting the video, and he came, with the entertainment garb. I understand it. But you know what happened? 30 real niggas came on the set. Yeah. It was 30 t-shirts. White 30 slew-footed. And I look up, and since I've been in LA for 23 years, I said, okay, I know what I got to do. I got to go over there and meet it head on. I can't let it get out of control. And I'm not trying to be no hero, but I'm like, let me at least talk to whoever the fuck this is, because I heard him. And then you know what? All of the security, nowhere to be found, including mine. Nowhere to be found. You know who was there? It was me, Breon, and my sister. All right, 30 niggas. I'm like, what the fuck? And the dude was like, yo, nigga, these niggas is faking our lives, Fox. I said, who are you talking about? These niggas, punk ass niggas run from Suge. I said, hey, we just shooting a video, because I didn't hear the music that Plies. I only heard the good records. Right. I said, no, dog, you got it wrong, man. We just doing a video, man. And then after we calmed the situation, I shook 30 hands. I said, what's up, man? All right, man. Cool, good. All right, nigga. All right, cool, man. All right, cool. All right, nigga. All right, cool, man. Cool, man. All right, nigga. All right, you too. All right, man. How's your mom? All right, cool, man. 30 hands. When I go in, Sophus Paul is with me.
Hysterical. I was actually there too. I was there too.
I'm being honest. Johnny Mac was there. Paul, he was nowhere. We go in the back. He said, Fox, I think you should stay back here. I said, I'm not finna stay back here in this dressing room.
Fox, I know these niggas.
I'm finna stay out. I'm not staying back here. So I get out there. We can't find Plies. And I understand why. Right. You know why? Because he was afraid for his life. Because you never know. He could have died.
He ran to the bathroom.
And then when I talked to him, he said, I didn't want this for you. I said, it's not me. I said, it's you. I said, we can still do the video. I said, I guarantee you, it's not them kind of dudes. I said, maybe 15 years ago, it would have been, I would tell you who to run from. Right. I said, but I don't think
they would have
these
came
dudes,
in there shooting.
It would have been it would have been, but you know what? My girl Tasha said, you never heard Plies music? I said, no, put it on.
This nigga killed.
I've never really, like, I said, you gotta be kidding me. He was talking about killing and goon this and kill that. I was like, are you kidding? That's what these dudes is listening to. Mm-hmm. And they want to find out, is the dude really real? Mm-hmm. Because we're going to kill him. Mm-hmm. You can't, hip hop was not designed for that.
Right.
No. And that's all I'm saying.
So, Plies been acting since the beginning of his career. That's why I played that. Plies has been acting since the beginning of his career. Now he's in a new role. Now he's in his political bag. We're not listening to no Plies. Y'all better take notes of these people. Take notes of these people. He can't tell me nothing. He can't tell me nothing. Okay? Now, Tariq Nasheed has been going back and forth with goddamn Uncle Luke. I did a video on it. Uncle Luke, another foreigner, is over here acting like he care about Negroes, but he don't. He's a paid puppet too, not to mention he's from the islands, she's from the islands, talking about Scammer. It makes sense why he's pushing her. Because guess what? Who knows? Maybe she whispered in his ear, hey, I'm going to give something to the Bahamian immigrants or something. Who knows? You know what I mean? So he's been going back and forth with Tariq on Twitter. And it's solely because he feels like Uncle Luke feels like Tariq is trying to be divisive with FBA. He's not being divisive. But you know what? Let's just say he is. Let's just say he is. What's so wrong with us having our own identity in our own lane? When we go up for reparations, even though it's more than slavery, but let's just go with what Tariq doing with slavery. None of your people was enslaved on this land. They could have been enslaved somewhere else, but you got to go where they were enslaved at. Why are you coming in on our thing? We don't have no problem with nobody from no other country, no other race. No other part of the diaspora. We just have a problem with you having a problem with us wanting to stand on our own. And for the first time, fight for our own stuff and have it for us. But you got these people who've been so used to being included. Now it's almost like spoiling a baby. You give a baby everything. The first time you tell them no, they lose their mind. They catch a temper tantrum. I'm sorry. That's what's happening right now with not all of them, but with a lot of those, as they call them, tethers, I guess. A lot of these foreigners that was over here reaping all of the benefits. Now what we're saying, look, we cool with you, bro. We don't want no smoke. You go do your thing. But with this right here, we fighting for only is for us. Now it's a problem. But when y'all waving y'all flags and y'all hollering Nigeria, Jamaica, Caribbean, whatever y'all is, Afro-Latino, when y'all got the Afro beats going, when y'all got the offbeat going, and y'all all in the middle of the street for carnival with all your garb on, with that offbeat, everybody clapping offbeat. We don't be saying nothing. We just be watching the parade. Oh, that's cute. That's nice. Oh, I like the colors. We don't say nothing. We watch the parade. When y'all got y'all pride and y'all doing all of y'all things on the land, we don't open our mouth. We let y'all have y'all things. We just sit there and eat our food and be like, that's nice. That's real. That's cute. But now, Black Americans have something for us, and now it's a problem. Somebody got to make this make sense to me. Why y'all? We're not creating a divide. You are. You are. When some go negative or some go wrong, and the first person behind it, I'm Nigerian. Oh, I'm Kenyan. I wasn't no slave. My parents didn't come. My family didn't come from no slaves. Okay, cool. Ours did. Now, why is it a problem? I'm confused. So Tariq and Uncle Luke been going back and forth. I did a whole video on it, on some of the things they've been going back and forth on. And apparently they've been doing this for 2 years. They've been doing this. And Tariq is still going back and forth with him because Luke, first of all, Luke is a trading ass nigga and he full of crap because Luke was just over there promoting Trump, just like Steve Harvey. Just like Steve Harvey, he was just promoting Trump. Look. I'm with Trump on this one. The Democratic Party don't give a damn about black people. Welcome to Luke Records. 2016. I showed y'all the other one in the video. Y'all got to go watch the video. One from 2 years ago. They still pulling up your receipts, Luke. You should have told the Democratic Party to go and scrub your page. They still pulling up your receipts. Now you on here scammer, and we looking at you sideways. Me so horny. Let me show you how much of a contradiction he is. Uncle Luke is the same one talking about the community who poisoned the community, per his words, not mine. This is what Uncle Luke said. You want to see it? Hold on. This is what Uncle Luke said. Uncle Luke said he's responsible for Sexy Red. He's responsible for Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, Sukiana. All he said, if there weren't for him, there would be no them. Well, then I'm glad you took responsibility for that because now We need to kick you up out of our culture because them bitches is pissing in the pool. Look.
I need a check from Sexy Red. All the fucking girls, Megan Thee Stallion, anybody that's running around shaking their ass. Male rap is on some shit right now. I'm sorry. The females are winning. They're doing everything that I did. I'm still waiting for these girls to send me a fucking check. I need a check from Ice Spice, who turned her ass around and drop it in like it's hot and doo-doo browning. I need a check from her. I need a check from Sexy Red. That Red, my friend. My man Stan. Shouts out to Stan. Stan the man. I don't need a check from him. That's my dog. That's his record company. All the girls, Megan Thee Stallion, anybody that's running around shaking their ass, talking about pussy and dick on the record, y'all need to send me a check. Send me a check. Just stop by with the check and say, thank you, Uncle Luke, for allowing us fighting, going to the Supreme Court, allowing us to be able to say what we're saying on the records. And we're whooping these men right now because we're doing our thing. That's going to go viral. I need a check from Ice Spice.
What Luke is saying is, when he came out degrading Black American women, because he wasn't no Bahamians, when he came out with Black American women going on these folk stages down at Donahue and all these places, he one of the people that was at the beginning of Freaknik. All these things that Black women, where it was already being degraded. We were already being degraded by the NWAs of the world. They started calling us bitches. You know what I'm saying? Hoes and things of that nature. Then here comes Uncle Luke with the whole sexualization of Black American women, not the Bahamians, not nobody from the islands, the Black American women. So according to Uncle Luke, he's responsible for that. And he want his check because he had to go down in the Supreme Court to fight for the right to over-sexualize Black women. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. Yeah, Too Short too. Bitch, what's my favorite word? Bitch, yay, all of them. But the sexualization came in heavy through Uncle Luke. Okay? So he said he's responsible for that. Uncle Luke, that has been a cancer to our society. These three bitches are cancers to our society. Yes, if you're a Meg fan and you're a hottie, I don't care. The bitch don't do nothing good for Black women. All she do is shake her ass. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of seeing it. All three of them. And add the other ones 2 and 2. But this the nigga who literally wants y'all to thank him for the over-sexualization of you, your daughters, your babies, your baby girls. Because remember, they had the babies over there singing Sexy Red. Bend that ass over. Make that coochie breathe. Do I need to go get the video? Remember, it was Churn singing that. Remember that? Y'all remember that? Put a one in the chat when you seen them, if you seen them babies over there hollering, hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. Because we got to go get Luke and make him responsible for that. Y'all seen that? Hold on, I'm going to get it. Because, yeah, all of that begat this. Hold on. I remember seeing them babies do that. I could have died. Hold on. And look at the people on TikTok started making jokes about it. Let me see if I can find the actual video within itself. Hold on. It's fine. Here's a little piece of it. Look. So we got to thank Luke for our babies doing this. Thank you, Luke. Thank you, Uncle Luke, since you said it. Thank you, Uncle Luke. You are solely responsible for over-sexualizing our babies. Thank you, Uncle Luke. That's what he want, right? He say he want a check. Thank you, Uncle Luke. We sure appreciate you. Y'all got to see it for what it's worth. It's bigger than them making the money. It's way bigger than them making the money. Way bigger than that. Because Sexy Red getting money, Meg getting money, all of them getting money. And look at our babies. Thank you, Uncle Luke. We sure appreciate it. We sure wish you would have took that shit down to the Bahamas and did it over there. But you came here to over-sexualize our babies. Thank you, Uncle Luke. We sure appreciate you. Has it hit yet? Has it hit yet? Is it starting to make sense yet? Mm-hmm. Thank you, Uncle Luke. Appreciate you. That we sure do. Thank you. If it wasn't for your doo-doo brown, our babies wouldn't be shaking their ass, hollering, hands on your knees. Thank you, Uncle Luke. Thank you, Uncle Luke. Doo-doo brown beget our babies, shaking their ass, saying, hands on your knees. We sure appreciate you. Because that's what it is. See, that's how I look at things. But maybe I'm different. So him and Tariq been going back and forth because basically Tariq feel like we want tangibles for our vote. We not just voting. So now Uncle Luke wants to make this a whole thing back and forth with Tariq. Basically trying to say, oh, well, first of all, the nigga said you got a problem with me or something like that. But what about Malcolm X? Nigga, how dare you? How dare you? You would never, do you hear me? Ever put your name in a sentence with no damn Malcolm X. You would never do that. Nor will it ever be allowed. Ever. Look. Because he's trying to say because he's a foreigner. He said, look at Tariq says, why does Luther Doodoo Brown Campbell keep trying to compare himself to Malcolm X and Minister Farrakhan? This is what he's responding to. Luke says, calling all FBAs and your leader, Tariq Nasheed, let's talk. Why you have a problem with people like Malcolm X, Minister Louis Farrakhan, at VP, me, and all black people who were born here from the islands, Jamaica, Bahamas, Haiti? Why do you love Trump so much? Is he going to give you reparations? Listen, we never said we had a problem with our people coming over here. We never said that. Hell, we welcome black people over open arms. One of the reasons you hear is because in the 60s, in the 50s, during the civil rights movement, they say y'all letting all them clear people over here, let some of my people over here. We were saying, no, we not just gonna let all the clear people in and they got Negroes trying to come on in. Let them over here too. Not only that, we literally repeated the same thing. Remember they had them Haitians down at the border? Put a one in the chat if y'all remember when they had them Haitians at the border and them clear men was on them doggone horses. Them clear men was on them horses with the saddle and all of that, acting like they was gonna unalive them. Y'all remember that? What was Negroes saying? What were Negroes saying? Oh no, that's wrong. Oh no, don't do that. Nuh-uh. See, we went all up in arms. We went all up in arms. We was like, you're not gonna do them like that as you letting all these clear people in. Y'all remember that? We always fought for y'all to come. We ain't had no problem with Haitians coming over here. Never did. Jamaicans, none of them. But see, what he's trying to do is flip the narrative. Look. Y'all remember this? Hold on. Do you remember this? I know y'all remember this. Nigga, we was all up in arms, lock, stock, and barrel. Like, no. Look, you was letting all of them clear people cross the border. All the Mexicans, them clear Mexicans cross the border because they got black ones. Niggas was up in arms. This is in recent times. And you mean to tell me Uncle Luke gonna try to flip the script? and be like, oh, y'all have a problem with other black people coming over here. We ain't never had no problem with other black people come over here. Girl, come on in. We ain't never had no problem with them. Come on in, girl. We ain't got no problem with that. But he's trying to gaslight us to make it seem like FBA is bad. He's trying to gaslight us. Where was Roland Martin when his people was getting strung up by doggone saddles and all of that? Yeah, this happened in what, 2021, 22? It was during this last administration. No, it was when Trump was in there, I think. Yeah. This was when Trump was in there. This was in the last 3 to 5 years. Now, they done let all them other illegal immigrants in, and look what they was doing to the black Haitians. We went up in arms. So that's a moot point. That's a moot point what Luke is trying to say. What Luke is trying to say is a moot point. That is a flat out lie. We've never had issues with black immigrants coming into America. Hell, even the Africans. And we figured it out the hard way that they don't fuck with us. At least we know the people in the surrounding Americas, the Caribbeans, for the most part, they fuck with us. It took us for them niggas to get over here, talking about the Africans, for us to realize them people don't fuck with us at all. They eat off our culture. Go on any African YouTube channel. All they talk about is nigga shit. All they whole page going through black Americans, and attaching themselves to a struggle that don't belong to them. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. It took us to start seeing their hand, for them to start showing their hand, for us to realize, oh shit, we probably shouldn't have let them Africans over here. Them niggas really don't fuck with us. They just eat off of us. They act like us. At one point, you used to be able to see an African from a mile away. Now they looking like us. They dressing like us. They talking like us. But the moment something go left, oh no, I'm from Africa. I eat fufu. I don't eat that. I don't know. My brother. It's only pan-Africanism when it's beneficial for the African. It took us a while, but we saw it. I do not understand. You black Americans, you got everything, and we come over here with nothing. We do not understand. You do not need no reparations. You do not need no reparations. I spoke to the people on your behalf. You do not need no reparations. Nigga, you do not need no reparations. We let Akon come over here and say, I see you whining and grinding, and took that money right on back to Africa. We let Michael Blackston get his gap too ugly ass up in here and tell, nigga, I can't get jiggy with this shit. And we laughed and slapped our knees and slapped five, and that nigga took his money back to Africa. We ain't said nothing, I bet. It is what it is. Par for the course. Them Africans don't fuck with us. Never did. Never did. Ask the people going over to Ghana, getting scammed out of their lands and their money, and, ask them people. They don't fuck with us. Never did. Girl, so look, back out of this, they going back and forth, right? Tariq and what's the boy name? Oh, Uncle Luke. They going back and forth. Hold on. So Uncle Luke says, hey, you trying to say you have a problem with the Malcolm X's and all of those things? Tariq was like, no, I never said that. You trying to compare yourself to them. Look, this is what Luke says in that response. Always really you running from the question. I don't compare myself to no man. I am my own man, paving my own path, boss. I got receipts. Where's yours? Conspiracy theorists, internet troll. There he go. Get that. That's them gaslighting terms. Conspiracy theorists, internet troll. Negro, please. And Tariq says, Luke, your questions are in bad faith. You are already reduced to just lying and babbling, so you already lost. And you already playing into the stereotype that there are a lot of non-FBA liars and scammers running around. He is. Listen to what these people do. Listen to what what these people do. They find something that you're already struggling with and use it against you. Now we got Uncle Luke on here hollering, yeah, y'all just trying to be divisive in you. So what you trying to say? You got a problem with the minister? Is that what you trying to say? If you trying to say you got a problem with Malcolm X, he's of Caribbean descent, half, but yeah, he is. And we adore Malcolm X because you know what? Our whole lives, we've been taught he was a horrible person. He was divisive. He was racist. And the whole time, everything we thought Mike, Martin Luther the King was, that was really Malcolm. We waking up to that. We adore, we revere him. And even though he was half Bahamian, half Caribbean, I think it was Bahamian, but even though his mother was Caribbean, his father was FBA, and that don't matter. He stayed on this land, on this soil, and fought and died for us, not them. So we will never have an issue with Malcolm X. Matter of fact, Malcolm X, no. Yeah, Malcolm X is who y'all think Louis Farrakhan is. But y'all ain't ready for that conversation either. Malcolm X is who y'all think the minister, the honorable, do they call him honorable? I don't know. I don't be around no Muslims. I eat pork. But Malcolm X is who y'all think Minister Louis Farrakhan is. The great minister. FBA is Foundational Black Americans. Listen, I got one family member that's a Muslim, and he ain't really my blood family. That's my brother daddy and his brother. Shout out. You know, they be wearing the garb. His wife be in them hot ass, long ass dresses, girl, hair wrapped up. Shout out to them. But you know, I'm from New Orleans. I'm from the South. We don't have a lot of Muslims in the South. That's for New York and Philly and Jersey and, you know, that's y'all up there. Y'all be woke up there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all running around here hiding 5%ers eating coochie but no pork. Do you hear me? That be y'all up there eating coochie but no pork. Okay? Take that 5% down to 1.5. We don't have that culture in the South. I'm sorry, we don't. You know what I'm saying? That's not the overall culture. That's not the overall, feel of the South. Our mammies and grandmammies was down there at the church saying, "Oh, precious Lord, take my hand." Yeah. See, when our mamas and them got beat up, stolen from, worked 50, 11 hours in a 24-hour day, barely was able to feed their children, our ancestors went down to the courthouse and said, "And leave me alone. Let me stand." And there was always one of our other ancestors in the back. Take your time. Take your time. I am tired. I'm weak. Oh, and somebody cry. Lord Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, Lord, he done been so good to me. He done been so good to me, Lord. Oh, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Through the storm. Lord, Jesus. That was our people. We don't know nothing about the 5% and all of that. Girl, after we left church, mama had them put the doggone pork butt in the doggone oven. Girl, it's ready as soon as we get home, girl. What we talking about? We eat bacon with our eggs and grits in the morning. What we talking about? We don't look at the minister and the people down at the 5% people like y'all do. We just don't do that. It's just not in our, it ain't indicative of us. You know what I'm saying? It ain't indicative of us. That's all I'm trying to say. We had a different culture. Now, y'all was doing y'all thing. Shout out to the Muslims. Y'all looked it good. Y'all circulated y'all money in y'all own Muslim communities and all of that. The wives and the women's be all dressed up, head to toe. No, after we got out of church, we were sluts and whores. We put our booty shorts on. Oh yeah, let's talk about it. See, we had a different experience. See, we put our church dress on down at the church house, but Saturday night, the night before, we was down at the bar. Getting the setup. Crown. Let me get a little cranberry juice with that too. You know what? Bring me a orange juice with that, please. We was down at the juke joint the night before we put our dresses on and went down to the doggone church house. Yeah. Sinning like a dog, but we gonna be forgiven in the morning. Don't worry about where I come from the night before. We will be forgiven in the morning because the Lord said, as long as you repent, you gonna be good. Okay? So yeah, we have a different culture, a completely different culture. And as soon as we got out of church, we put them whole clothes back on. And if the juke joint was popping Sunday night, we was back down at the club, girl, at the bar. What we talking about? Dancing with that lady husband. Don't worry, we'll be forgiven next Sunday. You feel me? We just had different upbringings. That's all. Yeah. Uh-huh. We just had a little bit of difference, of an upbringing. So no, listen, again, I get it. I'm not mad at people, liking Minister Farrakhan because he's done some great things as far as the Black Muslim movement and all that. But we still ain't forgot that he possibly had something to do with Malcolm X getting up out of here. Not to mention he admitted it before. Ooh, that's a lie for another day. Right. Ms. Rice said in church smelling like cigarettes and hard liquor. Absolutely. Absolutely. Damn sure was, as long as we made it. As long as we made it. Hell, that's still the culture today. Them hoes be hoeing on Saturday night. Hell, some of them Sunday morning coming into church. Look, Kay Dizzle said, at church with the club glitter on because I ain't have time to change clothes. Okay. I just bought my church dress with me. Girl, still smelling like, with these last $2. Girl, still smelling like Bobby Blue Bland. Girl, what we talking about? We be at the front row of the church saying, praise him. Still smelling like Bobby Blue Bland, okay? Y'all know how it go. It's just a different experience. So we don't revere the brother minister like y'all do. Shout out to him, though. He cool, I guess. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. But he could be, listen, it just is what it is. It just is what it is. Oh, that's the one. Zara said, and then you think the pastor talking about you in the sermon. That's what we talking about. Look, and then pastor get up there, see the glitter all on you. The pastor get up there, see the glitter all on you, can see the sin in your face, and say something real universal that's gonna hit you, but he gonna say it like it ain't for you. But even though he know and you know it's for you. Yeah, because the Lord said, he told John, the apostle John, he said, John, I don't mind you doing things because I know you human, but I ain't gonna keep forgiving you. Because see, John used to be down there at this little place where they was drinking and gambling back in the Bible. And Jesus looked at John and he said, look, John, I know you coming from them places every day before you come to me, but look, I ain't gonna keep forgiving you about that now, John. You got to start changing your life. And that could really apply to a lot of us in the audience as he looked right in your face. Girl, please. Girl, please. Y'all know how I go. Thank you, Just Like Condi, for becoming a new member. Thank you. Girl, we risking going to hell every Saturday night. Do you hear me? But Uncle Luke is very disingenuous. Uncle Luke is very extremely disingenuous. He don't give a damn about no Negroes. He's over there a paid informant campaigning for who he campaigning for. And that's just that on that. Now we got to move on to what's that man named? Dr. Umar crazy ass. Now we got to move on to Dr. Umar. Let's get into it. So Dr. Umar did a live. Well, this is what happened from the beginning. Dr. Umar was talking about how the Democratic Party are paying people to, use talking points and stuff like that. And he brought out that they offered him 10 racks and he turned it down because he felt like we should get tangibles. Steve Harvey responded and implied that Dr. Umar was saying that they offered him 10 racks, and Umar never said that. Umar never said that them people offered you 10,000, Steve. He was saying that they offered it to me and I turned it down. That's what he said. Well, he really sunned Dr. Umar in that situation. Really little boy don't play with me type tease. And hold on. He really summed them in there, and Dr. Umar responded, and we're going to go over it. Remember, Steve Harvey told us that him, DL, and Ricky Smiley just so happened to be Qs. Shout out to the Q dogs. But the D9, he says, the Qs run the radio. That's what he said. The Qs run the radio, but it just so happened they all on the same page, and it just so happened that they all D9. Stop it. I move for this. Shout out to my D9 family. Shout out to everybody who pledged. But I think that Black Americans, we need to literally disassociate advice and everything from the D9 because they can't be trusted at this point. They can't be trusted at this point. The D9 people, they the ones went ski weed down there for Scammer the first time. Remember the Chucks and Pearls? Okay? We love our family. They will always be our family. We don't mind seeing them stroll in a circle, have the newts, wiggle their shoulders and all of that. We love to see it. Wipe me down, we here for it. But when it comes to what we need for the community, we're not looking to them because, to be honest, they don't do nothing for the community anyway. They don't do nothing for the community. Black Americans, we need to separate ourselves from that. That's why you didn't get that job in your career after you done did your 4 years. You didn't pledge. They got it all on lock. Steve said they got the radios on lock. They got the hospitals on lock. They got the law on lock. They got all of that's on lock. They just so happen to have D9 in at the same time. Them people don't do nothing for us. We need to separate ourselves from they are no different from the celebrities. And this is not all Divine Nine members. I'm talking about the ones at the top who running the shit. I'm talking about the Steve Harveys, the Ricky Smileys, and all of them. That's who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about your cousin who just pledged and he just crossed the burning sands and he don't realize, he don't even know what the hell going on. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the people who run it. Them, they got to go. They got to go. They got to go. So now we're going to go over. This is why they're really mad. Let's get into one of the things Dr. Umar had to say. This is why Ricky Smiley and them are really mad. Check it out. Look.
We are the laughing stock of the United States. Don't you find it interesting that when political candidates want the black vote, they don't come and talk to you. They don't come and negotiate with you. They don't come and reason you. When a politician wants the black vote, they don't come and talk to you. They don't come and listen to you. Kamala Harris hasn't scheduled any listening sessions with the black community. Donald Trump hasn't scheduled any listening sessions with the black community. When they want the black vote, they send Meg Thee Stallion in to shake her ass. And I love my sister. I'm just using her as an example. When you want the black vote, you don't talk to them. Entertain them. They don't think. Black people want to be entertained. If you want the black vote, go send Meg Thee Stallion in and let her entertain them. Black people don't need to be talked to. Black people don't need to be negotiated with. Black people don't need to be listened to. Black people don't need to be reasoned. Send some rappers in to entertain them. You have to entertain the black vote out of the Negro community. Could you imagine if Kamala Harris wanted the Chinese vote and she showed up in Chinatown with a bunch of Chinese rappers rapping for the Chinese community to get the Chinese vote. Do you think she would get the Chinese vote after that? If Kamala Harris wanted the Arab vote, what if she showed up with a bunch of Arabic musicians in Dearborn, Michigan? Kamala Harris is going to show up in Dearborn, Michigan with a bunch of Arabic rappers. Do you think she's going to get the vote after that? That would be considered an extreme insult. That would be considered an extreme act of disrespect for every community except Black people. We have an anti-Asian hate bill. We got an anti-LGBT bill. We got a Native American bill. We got an immigrant bill. But you know what we're going to do for Black people? We're going to give them a Juneteenth cookout on the White House lawn. We're going to give Black people a Juneteenth cookout on the White House lawn. That's what you do with Black people. Parties and bullshit. That's all they care about. Parties and bullshit. That's all they care about. And then after they gave you a Juneteenth cookout on the White House lawn, they gave you a 50 years of hip hop destruction cookout at Kamala Harris's house. Lord have mercy. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. Kamala Harris threw y'all a 50 years of hip hop destruction cookout at her house with her snow puppy. That's what she did for you. She didn't pass no laws. She didn't drop off no resources. She didn't build no institutions or industries in the Black community. And this is the woman you're going to vote in. We are the laughing stock of the United States. Don't you find it interesting?
He ain't said one thing wrong. Do you hear me? Now, y'all know that he is the Prince of Pan Coochie, but when he's right, he's right. He literally talks about how with Black America, all they got to do is either send a celebrity in and entertain us or send a celebrity in to tell us what to do, how to think, what to believe. Don't do this. Don't do that. Shut up. Get in line. I'm tired of you Negroes. Stop. Don't think for yourself. What are you doing? Don't do that. And then these Negroes done got so comfortable. These celebrities, they cussing us out and yelling at us. You heard Plies? Plies was cussing us out and yelling at us. Y'all niggas, y'all don't need to be asking nobody nothing. Y'all, you got Rolling Fat Ass. I'm tired of you Negroes. You got Ricky Smiley. We could be all eating chicken and somebody want a hot dog. Now they got them yelling at you. They doing everything but giving you something. They doing everything but giving you something. Thank you for the super chat, son. Off topic. What's the puppet's name in the ending? The puppet's Lonnie. He on Instagram. Lonnie the puppet. Lonnie. Lonnie the puppet. Thank you for the super chat. But look, all they do is play in your face, and then they send the celebrities to cap it off. Hey, don't you do that? This is big too. Yes, S. Wallace's job do the same thing. They will put a Black person in HR to handle all the Black folks and tell them to be a good slave and going back to work. Oh, absolutely. And then they use that person in HR as a dangling thing. See, you can make it too. Look at our Negro we got in HR. You can make it to HR. You just got to work hard. But they yelling at us, hollering at us, screaming at us, cursing us out. Steve telling us, don't be asking me to ask no hard questions. I'm throwing her a lob. This is an alley-oop. No, we're not about to do all of that. And us, I want to say Gen X and under, we like, hell no. And that's the problem. See, the only way they control it is if they get the young people. But the young people are not on board. That's our mamas in them. And they got some people in our age bracket that's still drinking the Kool-Aid, and that's fine. They'll wake up at their own time if they do. But for the most part, we saying, no, we need something. We watch y'all give something to everybody else. When is our turn? We not waiting on it no more. So Steve Harvey and them have an issue with that. Now let's go to this live where Dr. Umar is now calling out Steve Harvey and them for a debate. Because Dr. Umar feel like, well, first of all, Dr. Umar want to go on their radio shows and debate them. They're not going to debate you, Umar. Why would they do that? They won't be able to stick to their talking points. D.L. Hughley, we've already done a live on Daryl Lynn. Daryl Lynn ain't number to sell out. Steve ain't number to sell out. Ricky Smiley ain't number to sell out. Roland Martin, he ain't even a sellout because he ain't even from Acorn. But he ain't number a foreigner. And now Umar want to debate. Hold on, let me let this pass. Now Umar wants a debate.
Debate. I want a television debate with Steve Harvey, D.L. Hughley, Ricky Smiley versus Dr. Umar Ifatunde. Is the Democratic Party the party of African people? Roland Martin can join in too. If they want Roland, they can bring Roland too. I want D.L. Hughley, Steve Harvey, and Ricky Smiley in a debate. Is the Democratic Party the party of the American African? Somebody get Steve.
I hate that term American African. Do you understand that if you call yourself an American African, then you're implying that you don't have nothing here. Everything you have is Africa. Civil rights don't belong to you when you call yourself an American African. Because you're saying that Africa, you're putting Africa, you know what I'm saying, ahead of the American part. When you subscribe to that American African bullshit, oh, we all African, you literally take yourself out of the conversation for everything that you're owed. Because now, what separates you from the African standing next to you? This is a real question. What separates you, American African, from the Nigerian who just got here last 20 years? What's the difference between y'all two then? If you're going to be an American African. If you're going to be an African, what separates you from them? And see, this is the problem I have with FBA. Tariq says, I acknowledge my African heritage, but I'm talking about lineage-based. Lineage-based, we have stuff that happened over here on this land. Okay, let's go with the move. You're saying that we all still Africans, still on that pan-Africanist, still on that pan-Africa bullshit. You're saying we all are Africans, but my people, once they came over here, suffered something different. Okay, let's go with the move. Now, what if the African turn around and tell you, well, I know y'all went through something different and similar or whatever the case, but according to the narrative, they say they kept bringing Africans over here. What if one of them is my people? What if the Nigerian look at you and say they was trafficking Africans from Africa between the 1500s all the way up to the 1830s? So with that being, beyond that. So with that being said, my ancestor could have been one of these people over here too. Now they in on it. You ain't no fucking African. You ain't no African. Now, if you want to be an African, fine. Go be an African. But what I'm telling you is when it pertains to what you owed over here, if you put that African in front of it, then there you go. Then you just know you're taking yourself away from everything that you have over here. Ooh, that's big. Yes, Naps and Beauty. She says it's quite funny that these celebrities are coming from the grassroots folks. Must be making noise for real. That's exactly what's going on. That's why they're coming for them. See, they want us to act like, to make it seem like they got all this success and all this backing from the Black Americans, but they don't. Because if they did, why they entertaining Dr. Umar and Tariq Nasheed? If they are so successful with Black Americans in the vote, why they entertaining Tariq Nasheed and Dr. Umar? Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Okay? Our blood doesn't make us African. Our blood doesn't make us African, Kara K. Now, again, if we're going to follow the doctrine that we all come from one continent, okay, fine. But that don't go like that. If you say you're African, you literally detach yourself from everything over here. I'm telling you, do what you want. But I'm saying, when y'all start preaching that Africa stuff, you literally take yourself away from everything here. Because now you African. I'm just saying. So be mindful of that. Oh, the blood is African. Okay. So if your blood is African and the Nigerian dude who just got here a year ago, his blood is African, there's no difference. And if there's no difference, then he deserves reparations just like you. I'm just saying. Just be mindful of that. Let's get back into it. Him asking for this damn debate.
Harvey on the phone.
Somebody get DL Hughley on the phone. Somebody get Ricky Smiley. Dr. Umar wants to come on y'all show and debate you 3-on-1. And if y'all need Roland to help you out, Roland can come too. We can make it 4-on-1. Steve Harvey said that the Omega Psi Phi brothers run the radio. In all respect to my Omega Psi Phi brothers, the late, great Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad was a member of Omega Psi Phi, so I'm not going to reduce the Omegas down to 3 men. I'm not going to do that. We're going to keep this about Steve, DL, and Ricky. Okay? Steve, DL, and Ricky. I want a debate. DL Hughley, will you debate me on your radio? Steve Harvey, will you debate me on your radio? Ricky Smiley, will you debate me? I'll debate all of you separately or all 3 of you together. Since y'all run black radio, and I run black consciousness, it's only right that we have a clash of kings. Y'all called the kings of comedy, right? The kings of comedy? Let's call it the kings of comedy versus King Kong consciousness. Let's call it the kings of comedy versus King Kong consciousness. Let's call it the kings of comedy versus King Kong consciousness. I'm ready right now. I don't need no prep time. I'm ready right now. Intellectual Ifa Tunde is ready right now. When we going to do this debate? When we going to do this debate? Steve, Ricky, DL, I want y'all on the stage in front of the people right now.
They're not going to do that because they know that they won't stand a chance in the debate. Only thing they'll be able to do to even garner the support from the audience is race bait. Race bait or poverty bait or gaslight, like, oh, you must be for Trump. You know, that's what they go to. You must be for Trump. No, I don't give a damn about Trump, no scammer. I don't give a damn about none of them people. None of them. But that's a cop-out. You know what I mean? They're not going to debate him because they know there's no intellect behind the reasoning they saying we need to vote. There's no intellectual Plies, none of Uncle Luke, none of these people are giving you valid reasons why you need to vote for Kamala. It's just vote for her. And if you say something otherwise, then they go to the gaslight. Oh yeah, see, you must like them white supremacists. Oh yeah. You must see, you must be one of them Trump supporters. Yeah, you one of them MAGA people. You one of them MAGA Negroes. That's what it is. No, nigga. Tell me why I should vote for this heifer. But you don't have no reason why. And they're not going to debate Umar because Umar would tear him to shreds by asking regular, logical questions. Okay, what is she going to do for Black America? You know what they say already. She can't get it, Steve. She can't get into no White House with no Black agenda. Come on, man. Y'all got to stop. Don't ask me to ask her for nothing for Black Americans. Why would she give us something for Black Americans? Y'all know how this go. Can't no damn president get in on no Black agenda. Well, if that's the case, why they always pandering to us then? If they can't get in on the Black agenda, but they need our vote, then the 1 + 1 ain't adding up. 1 + 1 ain't adding up. If they can't get into the office via a Black agenda, yet you can't get into office without the Black vote, then why wouldn't we say you're not getting in unless you give us something for the vote? Either we important or we not. Either we the minority of these folks or we not.
Doing it for Fannie Lou Hamer. I'm doing it for Emmett Till. I'm doing it for Medgar Evers. I'm doing it for Huey P. Newton. I'm doing it for His Excellency, the Most Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. I'm doing it for the Honorable Frederick Douglass. I'm doing it for Breonna Taylor, Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, Amir Lott, Dante, Sonia Massey, Freddie Gray. I'm doing it for them. Let's do the debate. If Omega Psi-Phi, if my brothers of Omega Psi-Phi, who I love and respect, want to host a debate, it could be an Omega Psi-Phi debate. You can have the purple and gold. I don't care who hosts. I don't care where it's host. I want Steve, Ricky, and DL on the same stage. Keep the same energy, Africans. Keep the same energy. King Kong consciousness versus the kings of comedy. Will the real coons please stand up? King Kong consciousness versus the kings of comedy. Will the real coons please stand up? I said King Kong consciousness versus the kings of comedy. Let's settle this once and for all. Let's settle this once and for all, brother. Oh, yes. You can fool some of the people all the time and all the people some of the time, but you cannot fool the King Kong consciousness none of the time. They bringing up Fannie Lou Hamer when the Democratic Party sabotaged Fannie Lou Hamer. Look at the hypocrisy. They don't think y'all know y'all history. They don't think y'all know y'all history. Bringing up Fannie Lou Hamer. She turned in her damn grave. She turned in her damn grave. The Democratic Party was Fannie Lou Hamer's enemy, brother and sister. It will be about both parties, but who's pushing?
You know why the Democratic Party were their enemies? Because those were the Dixiecrats, the party of the KKK. Malcolm already told y'all about this. The Democratic Party has and still are the Dixiecrats. Those were the party of the KKK. So, of course, when Fannie Lou Hamer stood up for voters' rights, of course, the Dixiecrats had an issue because they don't want you to have political power. How dare you? I know that they didn't want you to have political power. They wanted you to just be a slave, just stay there. Now, Umar goes on to say about this damn debate that I don't believe gonna happen. Umar ain't got no house or something. He either in a car or a hotel. I ain't never seen Umar at the crib. Do Umar have a house? I don't follow him like that, but I just thought about it. That Negro always in a car or at a hotel. Does he live on the road? I'm confused. He gonna go on to talk about people of color. Hold on.
It's your paycheck. The new plantation is the corporation, and the new shackle is your paycheck. Talk black to me one time, Africans. I'm a runaway slave. Remember, we ran off the Republican Party plantation. We ran off the Republican Party plantation around 1930s. It's almost 2030. It's almost 2030. So if black people could give up the Republican Party plantation back in the 1930s, why can't we give up the Democratic Party plantation in the 2020s? Who with me? I want to lead a great exodus out of the Democratic Party. We will no longer be exploited. We will no longer be taken advantage. Cream of wheat, this is your land, but that is not a school. That is not a hospital. That is not.
That nigga. Every time he bring up school, y'all should get the windmilling on this nigga. School should be a trigger word from the Prince of Pan Coochie. What do you mean that is not a school? Nigga, where is the Frederick Douglass FDMG school or whatever? Hit the Cash App $ Frederick Douglass FDMG. Where that's at? School? Nigga, don't even say scooter. Don't even say don't do it. Don't say nothing with two O's put together. Ooh, don't even say that. Nigga, I should be, I get triggered when he still talk. Everybody he talk to, well, where's they school? Nigga, where's yours? You know, something about the Prince of Pan Coochie never really sat too much right with. And I think he funny. I think he hilarious. I think when he have great talking points. But nigga, school? What? Girl, that be I be mad. I think I be the only one mad when he be asking people where they school. Nigga, where's yours? The Prince of Pan Coochie don't play with me today.
Not a supermarket. That is not a bank. That is not a distribution network. That is not a system. That is not a solution. So when you niggas jump on here talking about this is our land, okay, the Native Americans said that too. That's not a program. That's a slogan. This is our land. That's not a solution. I'm a pretendian. That's not a solution. That's a slogan. We're looking for solutions here. Remember, this is a live for deep thinking Africans. Let me get back to Kabamala. She was...
Pause. Remember what he's saying. He's not a pretendian. He's telling you don't worry about your land because it's not an institution. It's not a school. It's got to be an institution. Well, how the fuck we going to build an institution with no land? Fool. Oh, like the one you've been doing for the past 12 years? Oh, the Native Americans said that too. It don't matter what you say. It's not a solution. Well, they got a whole lot of black people getting their land. I ain't seen nobody get reparations from slavery yet. Let's talk about it. I done seen tens and hundreds of people, black Americans, get their land back. I ain't seen one reparations check yet. Have you?
Clear that the future belongs to the immigrant. She was clear that East Indians are Americans too.
Listen to what he's saying, because this is where we about to get him. He's saying she was clear that the immigrants are taking over. And she was also clear that the East Indians are American too. But according to Dr. Umar, the Prince of Pan-Africanism, we all African. Everybody with melanin, according to Umar, we all African. Keep that in mind.
She was also clear that women are going to be promoted on a whole nother level to the detriment of men, especially in the black community. And she reaffirmed her loyalty to the untouchables. She made it crystal clear that she supports the untouchables, just like Obama. If you go listen to Barack Obama's acceptance speech, go listen to Barack Obama's acceptance speech.
As I'm in the midst of applying for residency right now.
My bad. Remember, y'all, listen to me. Remember this. All of your resources, everything that belongs to you is given to everybody else under the umbrella and guise of you. That's why they say minority this, DEI. Everybody getting it except you. I've been saying this for a long time now.
In 2008 and 2012. Go listen to Barack Obama's acceptance speeches. Sound just like Kamala. And they kept pushing middle class. They kept pushing middle. Well, for all y'all who want to be pretendian, guess what? You can now be an East Indian now pretendians. Pretendians. Y'all could join up with the East Indians now because they're about to take over the black community. So all pretendians, you should go get you a dot. Go get you a dot right here. Pretendians, go get you a dot. Go get you a copy of the Bhagavad Gita. Go get you some curry chicken and join in with the Kamala movement. Pretendians, you can now be East Indians.
This nigga said, pretendians, you could be East Indians. Look, fuck you, Dr. Umar, first of all. Second of all, nigga, what has being African got us? What has being African got us? Confused? No identity?
Pretendians, you can now be East Indians. They're going to be running the show. Pretendians, you can now be East Indians. And the reason Kabamala kept talking about middle class. And the reason Kabamala kept talking about the middle class. And the reason Kabamala kept talking about the middle class. That's a code word to white America that we're not talking to black people. That's a code word to white America. Listen to me. I told y'all this 8 years ago. I told y'all this 16 years ago. When they say middle class, that means not poor. We're not talking to black people coming out of prison. We're not talking to homeless blacks. We're not talking to single black mothers with children. When you hear the word middle class, that is a code word that we're not talking to black people. That's why they had them dance for you. They had them sing for you. They had Al Sharpton and D.L. Hughley and Kerry Washington and Michelle and Barack. Symbols for Negroes, substance for everybody else.
He is 100% right on that. When she be hollering about, oh, we're going to take the middle class. Yes, we're going to do this so we can get the middle class an opportunity. These are the facts. When she said middle class, just like diversity and equity and all of that stuff, those are umbrella words that they use to give it to everybody except you, because these are the facts. The masses of Black America are not middle class. It's just not. The masses of Black America are not middle class. The ones who votes they get religiously, most of them don't even fall into that middle class umbrella. So when she hollers middle class, middle class, middle class, guess who comes in with that leg up to be middle class? The foreigners. It's the foreigners who come in here with that leg up to be middle class. Not you. It's hard for me and you to become middle class. It's real hard for me and you to have a career job. And when I say a career job, I don't mean you make good money down at this, that. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about this job come with benefits, 401k, you making middle class money. Like you're not scratching and scraping for nothing. You got everything you need. You know what I mean? That's not most typically us. For the most part, it's some of us. You know, it's a large percentage, not a large percent, but it's a nice bit of us. But when we even try to get to middle class, we get knocked down. The immigrants get to come in straight up to middle class. They give them housing. They give them voting power. They give them money. They give them free health care. They give them everything. I can't go apply for food stamps. The way food groceries is right now, if I could go get food stamps, girl, you think I wouldn't be down there waiting on my stamps? But I can't get them. The middle class come in and they get the stamps. They get the cash. Yeah, business loans. None of our communities have black. Most of our communities don't have black-owned businesses. It's the Asians, it's the Africans, it's the Arabs. None of our communities have black-owned businesses in them no more. We used to, but not no more. The Arabs selling you the liquor, the Asians selling you your food, and what I say, Arab, Asians. Oh, they got clear people selling you all your major grocery stores and all of that. So they selling you that. You don't own nothing no more. You don't own anything no more. And when you try to get a loan to open a business in your own community, them people tell you no. But the immigrant could come in and get a loan. No, I'm sorry, a grant. My bad. Huge difference between loans and grants. Oh yeah, they have products too. They get grants. You can't even get a loan. A grant you don't have to pay back. A loan you have to pay back. You saying, listen, give me a loan so I can open this business in my neighborhood. I want to open a health store in my neighborhood. The powers that be structure, the bank's telling you, hell no. But you wonder why when you go downtown now to most major cities, is number Mexicans on the corner with a goddamn hot plate selling tacos and empanadas with no permit. Even if you get the money to open a business, you know how hard it is for you to get your permit? You know how hard it is for you to get your permit for your business? But these people come in and don't speak no lick of English. Permit given. That's the middle class. That's not us. That's the middle class. That's the middle class, not us. They're going to put the poor illegal immigrants amongst you so y'all can fight it out. And they're going to put the ones that's going to become the new middle class away from you, but they're going to sell you all your goods. But you can't get, but he's right with that. He's right with that about who's the middle class, because that's not us.
Symbols for Negroes, substance for everybody else. Symbols for Negroes, substance for everybody else. Symbols for Negroes, substance for everybody else. Brothers and sisters, I'm not going to keep you too much longer. I'm just hurt that you have black people running around campaigning for a woman who don't even care about. This woman shook her head. I'm not going to do nothing just for black people. She was so emotional in her. She could have just said, we can't only serve the American Africans. That's something we can think about. She shook her head. The 2 drops of Negro came out of Kamala. The 2 drops of ancient African DNA came out of that South Asian woman. The 2 drops of ancient African melanin came out of that East Indian woman. And she shook her head and said, I'm not going to do nothing just for black people, with emotion. With emotion. So here's what I want to say to all of y'all who consider her a black woman. Here is what I want to say to all of y'all who consider her a black woman. If she considered herself a part of us, if she considered herself a part of us, why did she answer that question in the third person?
This is my question to you, Umar. If you say we all Africans, you say all of us came from Africa, you say we all Africans. I have a better question for you. If you say we all Africans, what makes us actual Africans? Is it a declaration? Do I get to say, yep, I'm African? Or if I am truly African, do I get to say that I'm not? What makes us African? Because according to your theory and the way you teach, Umar, Scamala is an African too. The East Indians, anybody with melanin is from Africa, according to Umar. So my thing is, all she got to do is just say she's not an African, and then she's not an African. I thought it was some type of thing where it was science behind it. Remember that, you know, they like to use the theory that we all come from Africa through Lucy. So if that's the case, is she African or is she ain't? And if she is, can she just say she's not African and then she's dissolved of her Africanness? You saying she's not a black woman, but you said we all African. I'm confused. So you saying that the white Africans is in on this too? I'm in confusion at this point. I'm really in confusion. Are we African or are we not?
I'm going to ask you again. If Kamala Harris considers herself an American African, a Jamaican African, if she considers herself a part of us, why did she answer that question with such negative emotion and in the third person? Why did Kamala Harris, when asked what she was going to do for black people, why did she answer that question with such negative emotion and in the third person? She didn't say us. She said black people. She said y'all. And Donald Trump is no better. Donald Trump did nothing. And here's another thing. D.L. Hughley, Steve Harvey, Ricky, my uncles who I love and respect, no hate. This is only debate. No hate. This is only debate. I'm not here for division. If y'all going to push Kamala Harris, D.L. Hughley, if y'all going to push Kamala Harris, Steve Harvey, if y'all going to push Kamala Harris, Ricky Smiley, can you at least get a concession? This is why I'm so disappointed. I could respect you, DL, for crashing out on the convention stage if you got a single concession. What is she going to do about police brutality? Is she going to eliminate qualified immunity? Y'all keep talking about Donald Trump is going to give the police full immunity. Kamala Harris ain't saying nothing about qualified immunity. Y'all.
That's a good point. I want to get to this part.
People of color, POC.
Hold on.
President Harris say one word about getting rid of qualified immunity for police. I ain't heard Vice President Kamala Harris say one word about getting rid of qualified immunity for police. When she talks about people of color, POC, y'all think she talking about y'all. Politically uneducated American Africans. People of color, the word would not even be used if they cared about black people. Somebody answer the question. Why did they stop calling black people and started calling you people of color? Why did they stop calling black people and started calling you people of color? Why did they stop calling black people and started calling you people of color? To exclude you from the conversation. To people of color does not mean black. It means everybody who is not white but is not black.
Pause. Really quickly. I'm trying to see something. He's making the argument. First of all, you contradicting your whole movement, bruh. He's making the argument that people of color means everybody who's not black. Well, what does black mean? Because by that logic, Kamala Harris is black. What does black mean? Look. Now they say she put on dark makeup, but here go the sister. This is Kamala's sister. Would she fall under black? Would she be a black woman? Had you not known where she was from and you didn't know that was Kamala's sister, you saw that lady, you would think that was a black woman. Am I correct? Put a 1 in the chat. If you've never known who this lady was and this lady walked into your office in whatever, would you think she would be a black woman? I'm just trying to see something. Put a 1 in the chat if you would look at this lady and assume that she was a black woman. She's got the features. She got dark skin. She look American. She don't even look Indian. She would have to tell me she Indian. She would have to tell me she Indian. She would literally have to tell me she Indian. That lady looking Americanized the way she looking, she would have to tell me she was Indian. But I wouldn't have guessed Indian just looking at her. Voo, you not on his level to come for him like this. Who you think this nigga is? Richie Rich? Who do you think he is? And what level do you think that I'm on? What level do you think that I'm on where I can't go talk about Umar? Who you think this nigga is? Who do you really think this nigga is? Well, I can't talk about Umar. Have you lost your rabbit? I'm not on his level to come for him like this. Fuck Umar. Umar ain't on no level no higher than nobody in here. Umar, y'all like the way that nigga talk. Let's talk about it. Y'all like the way that nigga talk. Y'all don't even be listening to 50%, more than half of the shit he be saying anyway. Y'all don't listen to it. Y'all like the way that nigga talk. That's what y'all do. Y'all like the way that nigga talk. Don't you ever disrespect me and think that who am I to come for him? I ain't on his level. Nigga, have you lost it? Are you slavery slow or Jim Crow stupid? What is wrong with you? You think because he told you he got doctorate degrees that I can't have a conversation about how he fucking up? Oh, Richie Rich, you know, I will go back and forth with you, but you look like you took your profile picture on an old Polaroid. And I don't have time. Okay? So I'm going to say this about Dr. Umar. Fuck Dr. Umar. I said it. And he ain't as smart as you think he is. He's smart to stupid people. He's smart. He's the most smartest, intelligent man to dumb people. Okay? Tread light. Tread light. That's how y'all get played. That's how y'all get played so much. Y'all be so entitled. Y'all be so in on the doggone or the talking points. You like that he go viral on TikTok. Whole time he been swindling your ass the whole time. Where your school at? I hope you didn't donate. You sending your son to the FDMG school? Girl, please. Anyways, who is black? Who would be considered to be black? Because Scamala, this is why those terms are extremely important. This is why those terms are extremely important. Scamala look like a light-skinned black woman. That's why the AKAs and Plies and all them around here telling you she's a black woman. So then who's black? Umar's telling us stay away from the term people of color.
Your names? Hello, everybody. My name's Amara.
I don't want to hear that shit. Umar's telling us to stay away from the term people of color because it means everybody except black. But then who's black? Who's black? Words matter. Words matter. And if you tell us to stay away from the term people of color, then that must mean that Dr. Umar talking about the Asians, the clear Hispanics. He must be talking about them. He can't be talking about nobody with melanin when he say it's for everybody except black people, because some of them look to be black people. Some of them look to be black people. Now in today's society, you really can't tell an African from an African American, so-called African American, because they all look alike. They talk alike, they act alike, they got the nails, they got the lace fronts. So now he's saying stay away from the term people of color because it means everybody except black people. You just contradicted your whole movement, bro, because you said we all from Africa is what you said. Scamala would be part of the Pan-African movement, according to his doctrine. According to his doctrine, Scamala would be a part of the Pan-African movement. And this is why this is important. Because you guys are going to say, well, you kind of know what he meant. I shouldn't have to decode it. It should be black and white. When you say a Chinese person, it's not. You don't have to decode who Chinese and who's not. When you talk about a Mexican, you don't have to decode who Mexican or not. You don't have to decode none of these other people. But when it comes down to black Americans, now there's decoding to do. They already blending in, taking on our identities, and we can't tell the difference. Well, we can, but most people can't tell the difference. So what do you mean stay away from the term people of color because it excludes everybody but black? That's a lie. The Africans get business loans. We don't. I know Africans own beauty stores and everything. They got brain stores and everything. The Dominicans get hair salons and we don't. Let's talk about it. The Indians, they getting business loans and we not. There's people who are so-called black who are benefited from this so-called people of color thing. So that's not true. That's not true. But yet when we try to make a distinction between us and them, then it's a problem. That don't make sense.
People of color means everybody who is not white but is not black. People of color means everybody who is not white but who is not black.
So Scamala is not black, but she's not white. She falls into that category. The East Indians, the East Indians who got all of those provisions, they fall into the category of not black but not white.
When y'all going to get over this? You must be mentally ill to champion somebody who ain't gave you a single concession. She didn't even show up to the National Association of Black Journalists invitation. Kamala Harris ain't interviewing with no black people, just like Barack Obama. They don't have to. They're going to get your vote anyway. And it looks like her sister had on extra dark makeup. When you look at Kamala Harris's sister's pictures, her and Kamala are the same complexion. And this is no disrespect to the young lady. She has a black husband, I believe. Kamala Harris's sister, they put on dark makeup. That woman is not that dark. She is not darker than Kamala Harris. Go online and look at pictures of Kamala Harris's sister. Go online and look at pictures of Kamala Harris's sister. Go online and look at pictures of Kamala Harris's sister. She is not that dark. The Democratic Party plantation made her dark. They made her snap her neck, shake her head. They made her act like a black woman on that stage. That woman is not that dark. Look at her picture.
He ain't lying. I just found it. Look. He ain't lying. Look.
It was so perfect. She's General Harris. And so when she was elected Attorney General, she actually said, you realize you're going to have to start calling me General Harris. So my feeling is that when she's president of the United States, I will call her Miss President. But until then, you're just Kamala.
All right. Okay.
No, I'm big sister.
Look at her right here. You see her right here? Y'all see this? He wasn't lying. Look. They about the same skin color right here. They about the same skin tone right here. Look. Now peep this. No, that ain't even a good one. Even though that's a good one. Hold on. Peep this. Ain't that significantly darker? Maybe she been out in the sun and got a tan. I don't know. Maybe she ain't got a tan. I don't know. Maybe she ain't got a tan. I know them churn ain't look black. One, I know they combed their hair like they was black, but they wasn't giving black. They was giving like biracial tight tees. She's definitely darker though. She's definitely darker than she was on that video I just showed you. But it's subtle things like that that they use. You see what I'm saying? It's subtle things like this that they use to speak to your subconscious. Yeah, they probably spray tanned her. They definitely probably spray tanned her. That's what it's giving. They spray tanned her. Yeah, they black facing us pink butterfly. They've been doing that though. They've been doing that. Yes, some Indians are dark. We know that Mindy Kaling, the one who she did the cooking with, the one who used to play on The Office, that girl darker than me. Some of them are dark. But I don't think that's what's going on right here. I don't think that's what's going on right here. I think what's going on right here is they needed to darken her up so that she can come out and speak for the convention. That's further to push the narrative that they are what? Black. We need black and Indian solidarity. No, the hell we don't. For what? We ain't got nothing to do with them. And they ain't got nothing to do with us. There ain't no beef, but we don't need no solidarity. Black Americans need solidarity amongst themselves. We can't go talk about being nobody, nothing to nobody until we figure out our stuff amongst us. You know how they say, oh, you got to sweep in front of your own front porch? We got to sweep in front of our own front porch before we talk about hooking up with anybody. We can't hook up with nobody. We can't hook up with nobody. We got to figure our thing out first. And anybody who have a problem with that is really not somebody that you really want to deal with because they don't have your best interests at heart. You know what I mean? And listen, this is the thing. See, Jackson, that's fine. You can vote for her. You can vote for her. I hope you get a sticker. I really hope you get your sticker when you come down from the polls. You vote for who you want. I'm not telling you who you should and shouldn't vote for. I'm just telling you that they playing in Black Americans' face. Now, I don't know if you a Black American is giving foreigner to me, but vote on, fat. Vote on. Vote on. Okay. Go ahead. Make sure they give you a sticker too now. So you can put it on your profile picture on Facebook. I voted today. Vote blue, no matter who. Woo woo. Go ahead, girl. What you thought that was gonna do to me? I'm still gonna vote for her. Okay. Give a fuck, bitch. Don't care. Girl, please. You said all that for nothing. Talking loud and ain't saying nothing. Yeah, I saw that. No, somebody said that I see that her Mindy Kaling's brother passed. Oh yeah, let me say this and we're gonna get off let me say this and we're gonna get off here. Hold on. Somebody said, did you see Mindy Kaling's brother pass for black? Let me show you how they continue to play in your face. Hold on. Let's go get it. Let me show you. Because y'all be letting people play in y'all face. Y'all really be letting people play in y'all face. This is how they use the things that were set aside for you, for everybody else. Hold on. Let me show you. But I guess we all black, right? Kamala is a black woman. We all black. Look. This thing says, Mindy Kaling's brother said he got into medical school by posing as black. Here you go. Here you go. He cut off his hair. You telling me these people, come on, man. The older brother of actress Mindy Kaling is claiming he got into medical school in the 90s after posing as black. It's like a aha, nanny, nanny, boo, boo. I used your provisions and got a medical school. Now I'm a doctor because I used your money and your set-asides. All he did was cut his hair. Yeah, he probably trimmed his lashes down too. It really was like, nanny, boo, boo. I took your money and I went to school. On a website promoting his book, I don't even know how to say this last name, Chokalingam, writes that he realized when he was a junior at the University of Chicago, he didn't have the grades or the MCAT score to get into medical school. This the brother. This is what they've been doing for years though. According to Chokalingam, he had a GPA of 3.1 and a score of 31 on the MCAT, which ranks in the 80 to 85 percentile for the test. Still, I was determined to become a doctor, and I knew the admission standards for certain minorities under affirmative action. Y'all was running around here hollering about affirmative action, girl. Everybody got some except you. Were, let's say, less stringent, he writes. Look, he's saying he can get in under affirmative action easier than anything. So he said he altered his appearance to look more like an African American and even joined the organizations of black students. Hello, is this thing on? That's all us so inclusive. Come on in, brother. Come on in. Pan-African, come on in. My change in appearance was so startling that my own fraternity brothers didn't recognize me at first, he said. Chokalingam claims that he then applied to multiple top medical schools claiming to be black and using his middle name, JoJo. Chokalingam says he was a contender at schools like Harvard, Washington University, in St. Louis, the University of Pennsylvania, Case Western, and Columbia, which he said is incredible because he only had a 3.1 GPA. Chokalingam said his experiment had also had some unforeseen consequences. Cops harassed me, he said. Store clerks accused me of shoplifting. Women were either scared of me or couldn't keep their hands off me. What started as a devious ploy to gain admission to medical school turned into the twisted social experiment. It is unclear whether Chokalingam only applied to schools posing as a black student, as he does not mention if he was rejected while applying under his real name. Now, why is this important? Them people, that nigga look like he own a liquor store right here. He look like he own a liquor store right here. He looked like he owned a liquor store right here. He looked like when you walk in there, he said, May I help you? Hello, come again. Can I help you? And Mindy Kaling darker than him. But look at the startling difference. All he did was cut off his hair. And listen, and y'all want to tell me that y'all automatically knew and could look at Scamala and say, and know that she's Indian? No, you couldn't. This man went in a fraternity and everything under a nigga. He went into a fraternity and everything. Black people are conditioned and have been conditioned that everybody with melanin is the same. That's why we have this thing called black. That's why we have this thing called black. We are now waking up to realize that we've been bamboozled and ran amok. But at the end of the day, we were conditioned and socialized to believe everybody with melanin is the same. These are the facts. Don't get all high and mighty because you know the difference now, like you ain't never know the difference back then. Don't do that. Don't do that. The majority of us, why you think Scamala could go join AKA? They thought she was a nigga too. Come on, man. Come on, man. He literally said the people didn't even recognize him. His frat brothers didn't even recognize him. Because remember, we were taught black come in all different shades, it's light and dark and do. We all the same, brother. Pan-African. Yeah. But they keep getting your money and your set-asides. Now, with that being said, man, look. Y'all can do with this information as you please. I agree with Dr. Umar on debating them. I don't think that it'll happen. Dr. Umar, tread light. Tread light, Umar, talking about run away from people of color because that infringes on your Pan-African doctrine. Tread light, Umar. Umar, tread light. Because when you start hollering about, oh, we need to run away from people of color, now you start to infringe on your Pan-African ideals. Okay. Now, with that being said, I'm about to get off here. I appreciate you guys. I'll have baddies review and all that later on. Listen, I need y'all to do me a favor. Like the video, first of all. Like the video if you can. No, you can. Just like the video, please. Like the video, like the video, like the video. Look, here go another one. Moneyball. Kamala Black. I'm not going to change my views because Tariq is the new Who Black police. Fine. Sure. Okay. Okay. Sure. We literally just went over a whole thing where this man cosplayed as you, but have at it, brother. Go Lakers. I don't know what you want me to say. The fuck? Sure. You die on the plantation. We running away. You die on the plantation. We running away. Nevertheless, thank y'all for coming in. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. If you haven't already, like the video. And make sure y'all keep your head on a swivel, okay? Keep your head on a swivel because they outside. The shields are outside. Vote blue no matter who. Head ass. You know what I'm saying? Love y'all down to the ground. Let me Joce y'all up out of here. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat. You know what I want? Blaze up. Come on, Blaze.
It's a beat for me.
Wow, 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 wow. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, drop it for your. Wow, 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 wow. Lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.